All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Seasonal 2026. ESPT going up against Baddies of the North. I've been excited to watch this match. These are two very good teams. So I'm looking forward to this. I really would prefer if this admin message stopped popping up every 10 seconds, but there's nothing I can do about that, so we're just going to roll with it. Kurt's going to drop here in just a second. A little bit of lagginess on that zoom in. Feels like the first zoom in always does that. There it goes. We got some trucks over there ready to start for the Germans. Oh, God, this lagginess. Don't love that. Okay, well, just won't use the zoom in as much. That's why I got my little zoom cam thing in the first place. Let's get a little closer. I would expect there to be some trucks coming down the tracks. Yeah, well, they're heading a little more north. More towards town center. Let's look over here towards Esprit side. There's one truck coming up from the south. Everybody else probably heading towards the center or just spreading out. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, spreading out, cross down on the line. There's one supply truck heading south. A couple of squad leaders. 4 baddies in the north. Most of the guys coming right in the center there. Rockets going off. That looked really close. Let's go take a look. I don't think they lost too many guys. There is some casualties there. Catching it from... That seemed like tank rounds. It's hard to tell. They did manage to get some trucks down here to the south, though. Some explosions going off right there by the tanks. Puma driving up right below us. One of the trucks for Esprit has made it into the circle. Fignaldo is right there jumping out of the truck. He drove it straight in. The Puma's in the alleyway right there. Sorry, this admin message is absolutely driving me insane. Like, I hate those admin messages already. So to have it pop up every 10 seconds like this, it's oh. Look at those rockets going up in there. Trucks going up, but they're still fighting it out. There's some casualties going on here down here in the south courtyards as Rumor Runer is pushing across. I think it was actually Rupert who got that kill. This feels choppy for some reason. Right on top of each other. Looks like Baddies of the North is actually getting the better cap. Rumor Runer jumping over the wall. Oh, he's up on the rooftop. Should be able to see the mirror. Head Eyes coming around the corner of the North 303. North 330 gets the kill. Rumor Runer gets the kill from the rooftop. Oh, this fucking message. All right, Spree starting to pull it back now as they've got a nice development going on around the edge of the circle. They're starting to take either side of it. They're pushing through. There's a couple guys up here close. Looks like Baddies of the North, most of their guys are down to the south. There's down here.
In here. Probably this one.
Go ahead and disconnect from that. We don't need to listen to their in-game chat. They're doing their thing. But they know where the Lux is. I don't know where the Lux is. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, he's right there at the edge of that alleyway. I could hear him up there somewhere. You can see he's blasting away at the church up here. Trying to get lost that love and feeling. There's a number of guys here now for Baddies of the North in the south courtyards, but there's definitely more Esprit guys pushing in there, ready to fight him. Getting going on right here. Unknown. Gets taken down by Head Eyes, I think, who's pushing through, about to run into Revid. Yeah, they're right on top of each other. They must be on opposite sides of that wall. Looks like Head Eyes got the kill there on the other side. Oh, Head Eyes got them both and then stepped on a mine, or maybe it was a dropped grenade. I don't know. He's down, though. Baddies of the North actually about to get this capture. Let's take a look at the map, because it feels like Esprit. I mean, they got the Puma has driven up into the circle here. That's giving them a lot of cap weight. He's actually about to drive out of the circle. That's going to take away some of that cap weight, but they're still capping. Oh, they got another one pulling up behind right there. 2 pumas. There is the capture. 4 baddies of the north now driving their tank up. He's about to flank the Stuart here with the Lukes. Stuart's watching, getting some ricochets. And the Lukes goes down. Nice shot by Trotz there. Let's take a quick look at the map again. I want to make sure there's no pressure going on it. Derailed. There is not. Battle lines are being established. I think that was one of the pumas had driven up into this alleyway. Yes, the puma goes down. Gets taken out by the other Stuart, who is he's trying to get up in there. Manages to blast that infantryman. It gets up in his face. Oh, Mika goes down to Clink. What is that? That's the P4. So he might come around that corner and get on that Stuart. Sure they know exactly where that Stuart is. He's really stuck in the end of that alleyway. He's trying to get up over that cart. I don't know if he's going to be able to. Oh. He's in. He's getting hit with rockets, but he's in the alleyway. There he goes. Oh, getting himself some kills. Oh, he can just clip right through those barrels, but Excel now to come around behind, gets him with 1 rocket. He's just driving it right up in there. Now he's stuck. He could use some repairs from Durr. Here comes the next rocket from Excel, and the Stuart goes down. All right, what's going on with this P4 down here? He's still just holding the edge of this alley of the South Courtyards, South Park Row. Pushing the infantry up forward that way. Now they definitely need to control this if they want to start pushing towards Derailed. It feels a little open over here. There is a number of Spree guys pushing out and around them down to the south. Most of Espree's pressure on town centers coming here from the northeast side. So they've got a couple squads pushing in over here. Here comes Gas, leading the charge. A couple guys that way. There he is. They're coming down the alleyway. Gas is listening. Boom! There goes one. Gas goes down, but Relentless cleans up the rest of them. Here comes some more guys. I'm going to guess are probably going to come town center. Oh. But we have a tank pulling in for a Spree on the north side of the circle. He's got the infantry support to his left, so he's fairly secure right here. Let's take a quick look at the map. I don't think there's anything that's going to get behind him. They have an abandoned Stuart back here. Huh. Oh, that's the Stuart that killed the Lukes too. I wonder why they just left it. Lost crew for the medium or something that we missed. Not sure. Either way, they've got a backup tank if they lose their medium. Let's see what's going on back here. We've got more fire coming from back here. We've got a Greyhound and another medium. Securing the back side of town center over here on West Park Row. Still a number of guys in the south courtyards here. There's the garrison there on the eastern edge of the circle there in the south courtyards. The lines are looking pretty good. Feels open down here in the south, which I mean, there's a few guys from Esprit. I would think there would be some more baddies in the north guys swinging down that way, trying to set up. There is a couple of squad leaders heading that way, so maybe that is what they're doing. Trying to set up down there and get themselves ready to push on to Derailed. Oh. There is an airhead coming down at Derailed. Woman repellent is headed that way. And there's a truck. Inchon's here. I don't think they'll get a spawn off on this airhead, but we'll just watch for a second. We'll see. He is running the other way. Woman repellent's running in here. I don't know. That timer might be up. Here comes Woman repellent. He's right on top of it. Is that their airhead? No. No. Dude, you ran. What? I'm confused. Did you not see it? Now you see it. Okay. All right, so woman repellent takes down the airhead. I was a little surprised that they weren't able to get a spawn off on that, but so that's not going to be an issue anymore. Maybe he didn't see it the first time. I don't know. Big push coming in here on town center, though. So let's head back over here as Esprit is trying to muscle their way in the front door. They do have a tank right here. They just took a lot of casualties right there, trying to push their way up to the yellow alleyway there. But Dur's up there coming out the north side in that building. Sheza and Miro running right into each other. Miro wins the exchange. Gets taken down by the tank. Does seem like Esprit has complete control of the church. They do still have this light tank. There we go. Somebody just jumped in it. I was going to say, they have this light tank that they could start using if they wanted to. They got the recon up there, the Greyhound up covering the north. There's Ranger. Hi, Ranger. Sorry. I got starstruck for a second. There was Ranger. Esprit really trying to muscle their way into this yellow alleyway. They're not quite able to make it through the front door, especially with Cook right there with the machine gun. But Dur's about to come around behind him as long as Bears doesn't spot him from the building. Bears is looking the other way. He's in the alley, not the building. So Dur has some reinforcements coming up from behind him. If he comes around that corner and clears up that machine gun, these guys could make it into this alley. There you go. He's got some reinforcements now. They're going to start spreading out away from this. Here comes Crazy Boots running that way with rockets. Gets taken down by Fortress. Here comes Rupert around the corner, cleans up the machine gun. Runer now making his way into the alleyway. Should be able to get Head Eyes in the back here, right here. He gets Miro. Head Eyes actually turns around and cleans him up. Comes around the corner. Rupert spots him and takes him down. Esprit taking some casualties, though. They're not able to hold onto the circle. Fortress there by himself trying to hold onto these gains. There is these guys down here in the south, though, have made it there. Ooh, there's some stutter going on there. Whoa. That's awful. What is my ping? Where am I? 120. I don't know. It's cleaned up. It's, jeez. Oh, it's still stuttering. Hopefully that's not a problem. Alright. Well, anyways, this squad to the south was not able to push up into that alleyway or get any pressure on. But while that was happening, while I was distracted by the stuttering, they did manage to get a lot of pressure going on here in the front door. Starting to capture now as they have complete control of the south courtyards. But there's a big spawn in. Bunch of casualties from both sides. Unknown. I don't think he managed to get the OP. I didn't see the smoke. Grenades going off. I cannot tell. It looks like they managed to clean it up, but the garrison is still right there. Most of that pressure just got taken down by the last second spawn in of that squad. I think they lost their OP but managed to spawn in on it. Esprit still has good control of the north side of the circle, though. Complete control there at the church. Another massive spawn in on the garrison for baddies of the north. Let's take a look down here in the south. Another quick look at the map. Line's still looking really strong. There is some baddies now down here to the south. Those squad leaders starting to swing through down there. Not finding terrible amount of resistance down there. Oh, these stutters. I noticed that the message stopped, but now we got stutters. Nothing's perfect, I guess. How dare nothing be perfect? Right, we got a tank down here catching some rockets. Looks like he's going to be okay. More spawn-ins on the garrison. These guys are right on top of it. Where'd my filter go? Hey, what happened to my filter? That's not even the filter I was using. It just turned off, I guess. I bet it turned off in the map flip. I liked the filter. 1 second. That's not the one I was using. Sorry. I'm sorry. I think that is the one I was using. That doesn't look as good as I thought. Oh, no. Feels like it steals some of the color. Anyways, sorry about that. I had a filter on before the map flip, and I liked the way it looked, and I guess it turns it off when the map flips. Supplies coming down for Esprit. Looks like they might be anticipating a capture here. Rockets coming in from long range, very close to that garrison. More cap pressure going on for Esprit here at town center as they're trying to muscle their way in. Here comes Rupert around the back side, getting himself some kills. Cleans up the tank crew there. Still one left in the tank. They came around the corner, managed to clean him up. The garrison is still alive. Spree trying to take that thing down. Satchel goes off there in the center. There's a tank right there, 2-man. Just inside the circle, getting some very good cap pressure going on for Esprit. In fact, I think they actually they pretty much have complete control of the circle. Garrison's still there. Whoa, massive spawn wave. Rocket cleans up the garrison, but not all of the spawn wave. I only see the one squad leader though, so I don't think he's gonna be able to get too much pressure going on. There's a number of guys pushing back up from the alleyway, so he might be able to, if he can keep himself alive, if he can keep his squad keeping the pressure on, maybe they can start pulling this back. But Esprit has, well, they're backing the tank out of the circle. We'll see if that affects their cap pressure. Almost fully capped here at town center. Let's take a quick look at the map. I want to see if they have anything set up in position to push Mont Halais. Doesn't really look like it. They've got one squad down there. So they're gonna capture town center, they're gonna consolidate and just push baddies to the north out. Now there is a heavy right there for baddies, so maybe they can push in, but there is some AT pressure coming from the infantry on top of him. Rockets hitting the Tiger. I think that might have been a ricochet on the tank. In fact, that would make sense why the medium backed off. Now he was catching rounds from the heavy, but here comes the heavy from Esprit coming around the church over there. Looks like he's about to get himself a shot on this Tiger, who's caught at an awkward angle as he's backed up on top of those sandbags. I'm waiting for the shot. I'm waiting for the shot. He's all kinds of stuck. I hear he's getting repaired. I hear they must have a repair station here. Sounded like repairs. There it was. Caught a round from the 76, who's now in position. Ooh, he's behind those boxes. He's got pretty good cover behind these boxes, but I don't think he's 100% sure where the 76... Did he just blow up? Yeah, he blew up. Is it just me, or did he just, like, disappear all of a sudden? That was kind of crazy. This match is fun. Baddies of the North actually starting to get some cap pressure going back on at town center over here. Pretty big push coming up here on the... Where am I looking? South side. Yeah, south side. Yeah, they got quite a few guys down here on the south side. It's pretty decent cap pressure going on. A number of guys in the circle. Close to the garrison, but they're not really pushing it. I don't think they know where it is yet, so... Should be able to get some more spawn-ins for Esprit here on this garrison. Yeah, there's one spawn-in. Sheza as a squad leader should be able to get his OP up nearby. Keep an eye out for these guys as they're trying to make their way into these side alleys. Flares going off. Marking the enemies. Rockets coming through into the alleyway, as there was one, you saw there was one on the flare there. Vignaldo pushing through, getting himself some kills. Whiskey shooting down the road. I hear, where am I? I'm hearing tank rounds. There's a medium. Medium shooting up from way down south. With some infantry pushing across right here on the tracks. Spawning on the garrison right there. VNT comes around the corner, gets the garrison with a rocket. before being cleaned up by Clink. "30 seconds to die." Could maybe get a garrison. There's no supplies, though. He does not going to be able to do it, so looks like he's going to back off. Clink got himself... No, his 30 seconds got himself a kill there. Takahara pushing up, though. Here comes the tank for Esprit pushing up down here in the south. They do have a garrison in place now. There is one squad starting to push up into Mount Halais. We'll watch Town Center for just a second, but I want to go kind of keep an eye on that. They got a couple guys pushing up. There is a few callbacks here at Mount Halais for Baddies of the North. Freezing Taz gets himself a kill. Legion Slayer over in the trench, about to run into Icon. Icon wins the exchange. Freezing Taz also goes down. So no pressure at the moment for Esprit down here at Mount Halais. Back up to Town Center. There is some pressure down here in the south courtyards from Baddies of the North, trying to get in here where this garrison is. Like I said, I doubt they know exactly where it is, but South Courtyard is probably the most common spot for garrison in Town Center these days. Somewhere down here. It's almost always either here if you're the Germans, and it's going to be down here somewhere, or maybe right here if you're the Americans. I'd say at least 80% of the time. Spree starting to push out here on the front door, cleaning up this pressure. Wrath and Redbeard trying to get in on Gas. Gas watching. Redbeard comes around the corner and cleans him up. Baddies of the North still keeping the pressure on. Is that the 76 shooting? I didn't see the muzzle flashes, but I think it was just the driver lighting something up. They got this other tank. Oh, other tank coming up from behind. Infantry pushing in. These guys are pressuring or trying to clean up this pressure right here on the front door. I don't see any squad leaders, just Wrath and Durr chasing each other around the inside of this house. Rockets from Theo Millie into this medium. Medium's exchanging with something, and I see something else up over there, too. I wish it was a little easier to see the tanks sometimes. What is this? Greyhound? Yes, Greyhound. Tomato. Don't think he got a satchel on, or else he would probably not be chasing him. Oh, no, he did. He did. Look at that. The satchel is on. Nice kill by Tomato. Boom. But in the meantime, looks like Esprit has managed to clean up pretty much all of this front door pressure. Wrath by himself trying to keep it up. Things have pretty much been pushed up to the line, except for down here in the south. You've got Icon pushing his squad out, trying to clean up Tamat. Things are feeling pretty stable right now as Esprit is just slowly pushing back Baddies of the North. Pretty big spawning up here on the north side, so it kind of looks like maybe they got a couple squads want to come in off this garrison and swing through. If they can get over here, if they can break through to here, they can push one squad this way and one squad over here and just start putting pressure down through multiple angles. Forcing Esprit to have to respond to that. So, Satchel just went off somewhere over here. Didn't quite catch where it was. Esprit really making their way forward here in the center, now pushing into the red zone. Oh, the Greyhound. We saw it on the map. It was right here. Bam. Looks like Crazy Boots got himself a kill because I heard the rocket. Excel shooting some rockets across over here. Looks like he might have been shooting that Dash 30. Pushing up now, holding on to this wall with the Car 98, so These guys are better with that thing than I am. I like psych myself out when I have the Car 98 because I know if I miss, I don't get a second shot. And so, of course, I miss. Terry holding on to the end of that alleyway. Exchanges with IKEA. Ooh, looks like Papa Bear Baker got a kill there. Some more long-range fire coming from Clink back here before he gets taken out. There's quite a few guys down here for Baddies of the North looking to prevent any pressure from coming up from the south. Fortress with the MG down there in the corner trying to cover the field. Freezing Taz in the open. Gets taken down by Icon. Headshot. Fortress never saw it coming, I guess, or maybe he wasn't in position yet. He's I see. He's looking the other way. Icon's over there. Oh, but I do hear a tank pulling up, so that's going to cause some problem. So let's take a look. What does Baddies of the... Ooh. I was going to say, what does Baddies of the North have to answer that with? But they have a heavy up the top of the hill, so... I think Baddies of the North should be okay from this tank pressure down here in the south. He just fired off a round, so they should know he's there. Rocket coming across. Supplies coming down for a spree. Maybe looking to get another garrison up. Maybe just backup supplies. There's a couple of guys starting to slip through down here on the south side, south of the tracks. Looks like Baddies of the North actually getting pretty good control down here. Might be able to swing around behind a spree from that side. A spree will have to react to that. Let's take a look at what's going up in the north while that push is happening. Looks like Esprit has pushed back this attack that was going on in the north. There is still some guys up here, but Esprit is on the garrison. Relentless is on the garrison. Gets taken down before he can take down the garrison, though. Not sure who got him. I don't know what my kid's going on about, but I just heard the word dragon, and I'm pretty sure you guys did too, because he just shouted that. 5-year-olds. There's a lot of squad leaders up here on the north side for Esprit. I'm wondering if they're looking at sweeping down, setting up here and then sweeping down the line. Some exchange going on over here. Some tank fire coming from, is that a Stewart? It is a Stewart. Prince Coyote managed to slip through, gets so lucky in the back. Gas gets Prince Coyote though from the crane. Not much to see up there, I guess. Ooh, Butters came around the corner, got himself killed before being cleaned up. Alright. Let's take a look at what's going on. It does look like Esprit pushed that tank back up from the south. Maybe it was feeling threatened. Could just be repositioning. He was pretty alone down there. Does look like they managed to stall up this pressure down here in the south, though. This tank has actually repositioned himself right behind this 76. Oh, he's full on repositioning. He's heading all the way up into the middle. This 76 in position to stop this push here. There's quite a few guys here for Baddies of the North. 76 is looking south. What is he? Is he exchanging with this Tiger down here? It's hard to say. He's actually turning his gun back forward, so. Alright, might have been a tank battle there we missed for a second. I don't know. Ooh, a little bit of cap pressure going on here at Mont Halais. These guys making their way up the hedgerows here. Fortress covering with the MG. Tamat got his squad up close. Gas making his way up to the tank. I think he knows you're there. Now, can you squeeze through there? I can't remember. I didn't think you could. Yeah, gas. I was gonna say you are in a bad spot. So it does look like Baddies of the North is going to be able to hold on to this just fine. 1200 gets taken down by Major Payne. Yeah, it looks like Baddies of the North pretty stable down here. This Tiger just anchoring the line for them. Oh, what happened over here? That 76 is... That's a P4. I don't know where the 76 went. Oh, he went around the corner. There he is. Oh, but he did get cleaned up by the Panther. Oh, IU is disconnected. That's a pretty heavy loss there for Esprit. That tank was holding down this part of their line pretty good. They got a lot of infantry in the area, though, and that Panther is wounded. The downside to the Panther, it's fast and maneuverable, but it can take a lot of damage fast. But they got this Tiger up here holding down the line of Mount LA, so they feel pretty safe down here on the south side. Let's shift up to the north, take a look at what's going on up here. Does look like Esprit has a good push going on up here now. They're taking some casualties, though. They seems to have pushed all the way forward. They've cleaned up all the way up through the courtyards, but they can't get through the next intersection. You got Death Vice up there with the MG just shooting across, lighting anything up that moves. Cap K swinging wide. About to run into Sung. Butter's nearby as well. Yeah, I saw it too, Cap. I saw it too. Didn't know he was there till I zoomed in on you, cause the tanks, like, they're hard to spot. Yeah, I got the highlight turned on, but I still don't always see them. They kind of blend in sometimes. That's what the map's for. Where are the tanks? We got Heavy right there holding the front door for Town Center. We've got a Recon swinging wide, about to pop that OP. Jeez, I don't know how he didn't pop that OP, but driving right up in it. And I think he blew up before I could even look. Bombing run going across Town Center. I didn't see what it got. Did cover that airhead. These guys are right on top of it, though. Did they get it? Yeah. The airhead's cleaned up. .76 still holding down the front door pretty good. Quite a few guys up here for Baddies of the North up here on the north side. 9 by himself. Holding the alleyway. I hear footsteps. Probably friendlies behind him. There's Wrath. Kind of hoping I'd get to see a first-person kill, but it didn't happen that way. There are a lot of guys here for Baddies of the North, though, so absolutely not letting Esprit push into this alleyway. These guys just duking it out right here. Cap'n now out repairing up his tank. There has been a few Esprit guys who have made it across the barges. Didn't spot the garrison that's up here, though, so Baddies of the North should be able to spawn in behind them and clean them up. Oh. Cap K and Bombardier about to run into each other. Chart just spawned in on that garrison, I think. Sarai Sung spotted him. Yeah, he's on the garrisons right here. Should be able to hear it. Have it locked up. Yes, I can send you a link to the stream. Sorry. Oh, Sarai Sung does get cleaned up. He got that garrison. 1 second. Somebody asked me for a link to the stream. Let me adjust my camera so that we can actually see something that's happening. Like this fight going on in the front door. This stuff should have already been running anyway, so. How do I share? There it is. Oh. Never mind, they figured it out. Sorry. Anyways. Pretty big fight breaking out down here by the tracks. Let's go take a look at what's going on down here. Quite a few baddies of the North guys bottled up in that courtyard right there. Not sure how they're going to break out of there, though. BNT coming around the corner. Gets cleaned up by Mongo. Grenades going off. They're throwing them up and over the rooftop. Bad Evil Sloth coming around the corner. Tries to run up into the alleyway. Should run into Rupert here. Rupert cleans him up. More explosions. That was from the tank. Panther pulls up now, shooting into these guys, into this infantry here. There is a 76 nearby, though. So if the Panther decides to get aggressive, the 76 hanging out back here behind these buildings, using them for cover. I don't see a repair station, though. Take another quick look at the map going on here. There is a squad that has managed to make it up into Hanalei. He has his OP in the hidden spot. There's also a medium tank and a Greyhound down there. Moving into position. Should be able to support a squad as long as China Guy is not able to clean up his OP. He should be able to get some more spawn-ins down there. It's just recon. Even so. Where'd that Tiger go? Looks like he's over there. He's repositioned a little further to the north. So he's got a medium pushing up now from the south side. He's going to pull himself right in front of that Tiger, man. No. I don't think he can see him, though. He's just barely in cover from him. You can see the Tiger's about to peek out right there. Oh no, there he goes. He's gonna show him his backside. The Tiger's gonna miss him. He's gonna make it through. The Tiger didn't see him. No, you had such a golden opportunity to kill the medium. Look, he's going to pull through too. I wonder if he's going to find the garrison that's down here. There is a garrison right there. There is the Panther there as well. Looks like he might actually be coming to support the 76, trying to clean up the Panther over here. There is often a garrison right here where he's pushed himself up into. So I wonder if he's looking for a garrison there. Maybe even found one while that I didn't see him blow up, but... No, this one's too close. There couldn't be a garrison there. Yeah, he's just driving through, but he got lucky. He got lucky that Tiger didn't destroy him. All right, up here in the north, does look like a spree again, pushing forward. Here in the center. They've managed to push up to this next intersection. They're even starting to make their way up into, what is that, rail station? That rail station? I forget. There's an airhead up here. They dropped an airhead up here. But they're just trying to get some guys up in behind. Maybe they want to push in here, clean up this center. I mean, it's hard to drop an airhead down here, even with bombing run cover. They're going to see it. Tama up in it. So they dropped an airhead up here in the north on the back side of Baddies of the North's attack, basically. And they just lost a tank there in the front door. The Panther had repositioned up into the center. Where's that 76? 76 is behind him, but he has not followed him. So Panther's actually repositioned to the north. Where'd that medium go? Last I saw him, he was headed south again. Did he get destroyed? He might have gotten destroyed. I don't see him. I wonder if that was him. That was a medium that just blew up there. Alright. Alright, let's back camera up. I'm losing track of where I'm at. There's the Panther. This is the front door. Oh, this is the alleyway. This is the alleyway. A lot of spawn-ins there. Is there a garrison there? There is not. There's just a lot of guys there right now. A lot of them were pushing down to the south, trying to take back control of the main road. There is nobody here for either side, which is unusual. Usually you just see the battle lines, but Esprit, they jumped some of their guys into the back line. They left a little barrier in the center, but it's working out for the moment. They do got some guys on this garrison down here on the south side. Ranger and Rando clean up the garrison with a quickness. Papa Bear about to get flanked by an entire team here. Supplies dropping down for Esprit. Massive spawn wave back there for Baddies of the North. Looks like this gamble might have paid off a little bit as Esprit has taken control of this sector down here in the center. There's still quite a few guys ready to push up this alleyway. There's a handful of guys waiting for them right there. This alleyway is a difficult spot to push through. It's a massive choke point. There's not much going on up here for Esprit. They've got several OPs and a couple of garrisons, though, so they can always call guys back if they need to. Esprit now pushing their guys down the tracks. I'm wondering where they intend to go with this. If they want to try and push some guys up these creek beds, that would be ideal to an extent. If they could take control of this and hold it, they'd be in a good position to push La Mason if they get the capture. But this is so exposed and it's low ground. You can move through it, but it's dangerous. I do like where Mika's pushing up. If you can get an OP up over here, you could start getting some pressure up on the north side of Mont Halais, but Papa Bear Baker catches him in the open through the gap in the hedgerow. Esprit not able to push across the open ground. There is a heavy. Where is he? He's right below us. I want to see what he does. I want to know if he's going to help this push or if he wants to go up here and help clean up this. So it looks like Baddies of the North. They're starting to take this back up here. Now I did just see a tank coming in from the tracks. There he is. Don't think the 76 can see him, and it kind of looked like he was stuck. I don't think he can see him. He's not stuck, right? He's just solo. Are you stuck? Oh, you are stuck. There he goes. He's repositioning himself behind the bridge. Where did that heavy go? He was over here. There he is. Maybe he saw that shot. I do see his barrel pointed north, or south, I mean, towards Mont Halais. His P4 in a good position to blast the crap out of that infantry over there, so... But I bet this 76, and he's a solo, so he's going to know. He's going to see that shooting. Ooh, what did he catch rounds from? Let's take another look at the map. Where are... There's the P4. There's another P4 coming up from behind. It's the Tiger up on the hill. Did he catch rounds from the Tiger? He might have. Does look like the Tiger was looking in that direction. This Tiger has been holding on to Mount Halais for these guys. I don't know if they have an ammo station for them, but they're going to probably want one soon if they don't. 42 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. We're really getting down there now. A little over halfway over the match, so it's been a good fight. Badges of the North have been doing a phenomenal job of holding Esprit back. They even got that initial capture, so we'll see if they can take it back. They've had some cap pressure back on Town Center, I think twice now, so I think what they really need, and they do have this airhead up here, which is about to be cleaned up by this light, who's just sitting there waiting for the spawn. There it was. I don't know how many guys he just got, but I saw the round go off. I was waiting for it. And I was just thinking, and what Baddies of the North really needs is they need a squad that can get in here behind and start getting some pressure on, start forcing Esprit to pull some guys back onto the defensive. Crazy Boost goes down. Fignaldo just popping out of this house, getting some people with some rockets. Is he in the road being chased by Brickrolled? What happened there? It looked like he just ran right past Brickrolled. Oh, and he got him. Oh, Durr got him. And then Durr got Crazy Boots. Crazy Boots had just died a moment ago, so there must be a spawn right here. There is indeed an OP back there in the backside of those houses. But I don't think Durr or Fignaldo want to push that way. I think they want to try and hold this intersection for a few minutes. Wait for some reinforcements to push up and support them. Here's explosions going on down here in the south. Looks like that 76 got himself a little bit too aggressive. Caught some rounds from the Tiger and from the... Is that the P4 now? No, the P4 is still back there. But there is another tank right here for Baddies of the North. So they have Mount Halais very secure right now with tanks. You see there is, it's probably a medium. It is indeed a medium down there on the south side for Esprit. So they're trying to keep infantry pressure up down here in the south. They got some guys pushed across the fields. They do have their infantry up in here. There isn't really any tanks down here for Baddies of the North. So if Esprit can clean up this infantry... Oh, China guy's on fire. I saw that. I saw that, China guy. I see you bandaging. Oh, and he almost catches a rocket from Bad Fallen. Here comes Freezing Taz pushing up. Oh, rocket forces China guy to drop down. Will Freezing Taz spot him? He does indeed. Baddies of the North now with a pretty good push going on down here on the south side. Several guys in and around the circle. Which way has this Tiger got his barrel facing? He is looking back that way, but not quite. He's looking at Korea. He does have his driver. Okay, his driver's facing this way. Terrorist flanking around the tank, faking like he's gonna satchel. Gets eyes on Ben, cleans up Ben before Bot Yuri gets him in return. Rocket's coming across, hitting the Tiger. The Tiger actually has his back end facing this way. I don't think there's any tanks over there to take advantage of it, though. Evil Santa goes down to Freezing Taz over there on the left. More spawnings for Baddies of the North there. Little over quarter capped here at Mount Halais now. I see the medium pushing up for Baddies of the North. They want to get him on the edge of the zone. The P4 now pushing up behind the Tiger. Massive spawn in back there on the defensive garrison for Baddies of the North, trying to push their reinforcements back up into Mount Halais to stop this cap pressure. They have managed to stall it up. Tank now pushing up into the circle, but the Tiger's going to push up. I don't think that's a good choice with that medium. I know you want him in the circle, but he catches a round from the Tiger. He's going to try and push through. He's going to get right in front of the P4. Is that a repair station? I think it was. Yes, a repair station goes down. You are not in a good spot, my friend. Here comes a Puma as well. Maybe he can get that Puma. Where did the P4 go? There he is. He's on the road. Okay. Okay, he's right there. Didn't get destroyed. Here comes the Puma. The medium Sherman running off the map. I think I should be able to make it around. It gives him full 30 seconds to make it around, so I think he can make it around in time. Terrorist. Up on the Tiger. Yeah, you got caught on the barbed wire, though. Already coming down on top of this area. Tama up behind the Puma. There is the AT. Takahara. Kind of looked like a swing and a miss with the first rocket. Here comes Evil Santa firing. Doesn't quite get Takahara. Takahara peeking. Ooh, man. Some panic shooting by both sides right now. Takahara cleans him up. The Puma has run, but Bad Fallen is right there. Hits him once. Might have already hit him once before that. I can hear the medium right next to us being repaired. Bad Fallen takes out the Puma. More spawn-ins from Baddies of the North trying to stop this pressure. There's really not a ton of pressure going on anymore. Just this one medium down here in a squad, but oh, there's a Tiger, or there's a 76 pushing up now. Is that a 75? This is a 75. They do have a garrison right here as well, just here on the south side of this hedge. Should be able to get some reinforcements in here if they want to. Let's take a quick look at the map of what's going on all over the place. They do have some infiltrations going on here on the backside. Baddies of the North struggling to hold on to their zone now. That pressure cost them some territory elsewhere on the map. They're still trying to hold here, but they don't have a garrison nearby. The garrison's way back here. There is a 76 that's pushing in up over there. Trying to help them clean up that infantry. Take control of everything that surrounds the open fields. If they could cover all these angles, their sharpshooters can start causing some problems for Baddies of the North. They've got a number of troops now swinging down. They have a good amount of control up here in the north. There is quite a few squads for Baddies of the North, so they should be able to push back in, keep that area contested. But there is constant pressure coming here at Mont Halais, so they can't pull too much away. There's a Greyhound now pulling up to support this as well. Well, hold on. What blew up the medium? Is it this other? Oh, it was probably this other medium. Okay, I see it. I see it. It looked like he got shot in the back to me. Looked like he got shot from over here, but they do lose their medium up there. Where did the Greyhound go? Did he blow up too? I believe he just blew up. He's about to. There he goes. Major Pain cleans up the Greyhound. Still more pressure coming on, though. There's some more spawn-ins. Couple of squads pushing in. They do still have the 75 back here. Supporting with some longer range, some medium-range fire. I think that P4 is still here, though. P4 is holding down the north side so that the Tiger can shoot across the zone. 33 minutes on the clock here. Just over 33 minutes left on the clocks. It's feeling stable at the moment. Never mind. I take that back. Like, it feels like Baddies of the North are just kind of holding Esprit where they're at, but Esprit has shifted a couple of guys down here in the south now. As I was saying that, they had a few more guys spawn in down here. There's a lot of pressure on the circle now. Mont Halais starting to be capped. This 75 pushing up in here on the south side of the circle. This Tiger, he's not able to shoot up and over the hill, so if he tries to push in to stop this cap pressure, he's almost certainly going to catch some rounds. Maybe. I don't know. He's pretty close to the circle. He could push up. Feels like these guys are just constantly repairing this thing or something. Every time I look over here, they've got crew outside of the tank. There he goes. There's the stall up on the capture pressure, but Esprit still has quite a few guys around the circle. I'm a little surprised they're actually not capping it more. There's the airhead coming down now. I don't even know that airhead is necessary with this garrison this close. But, I don't know. We'll see. With that airhead coming down, I think that we can assume they're going for the throat now. They want this capture. They have decided it's time. I saw the bombing run. No, that's a defensive bombing run. Defensive bombing run from Baddies of the North, I think. About to come through and clean up a good amount of this. They have managed to stall up the pressure. The Tiger has pushed up into the circle now, stopping that cap pressure. Here comes the bombing run. It's going to clean up a couple of infantry. I don't think that's going to hit the airhead, though. Absolutely not going to hit the airhead. That garrison's still alive as well back here. But Baddies of the North, they're pulling it back. They are pulling it back. They are pushing some guys back up in here. They were looking pretty threatened there for a second, but as long as they had that Tiger, they were feeling fairly safe. Is that thing damaged? Thought I saw some smoke coming off it for a second. 75 backing up a little bit. They're taking casualties on this infantry here. More spawn-ins on the airhead. They are pushing some guys back up in the circle, starting to get some cap pressure going on here again. This Tiger. If Baddies of the North lose this Tiger, they very well may lose Mont-Hollet with it. Where did that P4 go? He's right next to us. There's two P4s here, actually, so Baddies of the North have a lot of tanks in the area still. Should be able to keep control of this. That airhead has about run its course. I think it might get one more spawn wave. P4 pushing up that way. Catches the rocket from VNT. I see the 75 has repositioned. He might be able to get an angle on this Tiger. Oh! He actually cleans up the P4. Doesn't quite have an angle on the Tiger, I don't think. They're just jumping over that hill. There's another spawn in on the airhead. That might be the last one. I actually might have just come on that OP, but airhead is still there. I can see it. Artillery coming down on top of it. This infantry trying to push away from it. U.S. Ranger out in the front, leading the way. Rangers lead the way. With a Band-Aid. Come on, Ranger. Jump up and shoot some people for me. Do it. Just saw an arm flying through the air. Ranger just laying low, hoping they forget he's there. They're shooting right over top of him. There goes the smokes that he had in his hand a second ago. Njorden. Actually, that might have been a grenade, and I think Ranger... No, it was a smoke. There's the smoke, but whoever threw that grenade got Njorden with it. Here's this 75 still trying to push some infantry in. I hear another tank pushed up behind him now. Baddies to the north still trying to stop this pressure. Bad Fallen just got taken out. I think Death Vice might have got him from back there, but Ranger all up in his smoke. Ooh, you got a couple rounds. I think that was actually coming from over there from Evil Santa. And he does get cleaned up as he jumps into the trench. The Tiger is a bit damaged, but he's still holding the line. Where did those two They lost one of the P4s. Where did the other P4 go? I don't see him. He might have got cleaned up by this 76 down here. Let's go take a look around the map. It feels like Mont-Hollet is fairly stable at the moment, so let's go take a look around the map, see what's going on up here. Esprit pushing through here in the center. You can see they've got some guys here making their way up the tracks. They were kind of fighting back here for a good portion. Now they've managed to push their way all the way up to these buildings here, cleaning up this courtyard where Baddies of the North was building their garrisons. Further to the north, Esprit has pushed all the way through. They've taken complete control of the north. There is still spawners coming in here in the center, but all the way up here in the north, Esprit has taken complete control. Baddies of the North still trying to get their guys up, see if they can get the garrison. Where's the garrison? If they can get another garrison up here somewhere, maybe they can start putting some pressure on town center again. But they have just been fighting to hold on to Mount Halais down here. They have not been able to push a spree out of this southwest corner. Satchel just went off. I'm almost certain I just saw a satchel go off, but I don't even know what's going on with the tanks down here. So the 75 is actually repositioned. You've got the medium driving around, shooting the Panther. I saw a P4 down here trying to get an angle on him from the south. The medium now heading that way, catching a round from the P4, about to catch another round. The Panther misses. I think that's 76 over there on the south side, now trying to get an angle on the P4. The P4 cleans up the medium Sherman. And Baddies of the North tanks win the exchange. Where did that Tiger go? I think that Tiger got cleaned up while this was all happening as well. It did. There's the Tiger. What about the 75? That's a Greyhound, yeah? A Stuart. Okay, so it looks like the 75 got cleaned up as well. So, Baddies of the North tanks doing very well. In spite of the fact that they are struggling to hold on to their fourth point a little bit, their tanks are doing a fantastic job here. Esprit now pushing some more infantry up. Baddies of the North pushing their infantry back into their face. These guys just running right into each other. Rockets from Rando coming into the medium P4 there. He does get cleaned up before he can get his next rocket off. 25 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Baddies of the North struggling to get their guys back up onto the front door to get some pressure going on at town center. There's some exchanging going on here right in the middle. Head Eyes watches freezing Taz come around the corner. Does he spot him? Somebody spotted him as he jumped up on the box. Here comes some more Esprit guy. I hear a bombing run. That looks to be Esprit's bombing run coming across the back side here. They do have their Stuart is pushed all the way through. It's a two-man. China guy looking to get the satchel. Just about got launched into outer space while he was doing it. Oh. Garrison down there. I didn't quite see what got a hold of that Stuart. But the Stuart did go down. Like, all the tanks are gone. There were so many tanks here a minute ago. There is still a Panther and a P4 here. Looks like IU has reconnected. Might be able to get a rocket. This already damaged P4. That's one. Someone else, Rando, trying to get some rockets into him. IU coming around, getting a third rocket into the P4. And the fourth rocket from Rando finally cleans up the P4. Ben back there with his MG trying to cover this open area, preventing Esprit from being able to push up here on the north side of the circle. An AT gun? Yes. Okay, there's an AT gun right there. That's what's going on. I saw his rounds coming across. The Panther. Oh no, look at you. You are completely stuck in the trench. Can't he back it up into the flat area? It's like he gets stuck right before he's able to pull out into the open spot. That's awful. That's terrible. He's still shooting too. Oddly enough, he's still in a decent enough position to be able to cover the cover the south side there. There's also another tank. Where did I just see that? Tiger back here. Shooting at this infantry. So Esprit not able to push in. Do see a couple of tanks for Esprit over here in the center. 76 in a medium. These guys must have caught some rockets or so. Ooh, oh, I see. He's catching round. That's what that Tiger's shooting at, is this medium down here. That is some good eyes from the Tiger. I mean, he's basically keyholing through the trees, so. That guy popped that corner right as Ranger stopped looking. And he gets Ranger. Ranger didn't see him. Excel cleans them both up. I thought Ranger had him dead to rights. He was throwing a grenade when he peeked. There's an explosion right there from the tank. Cleans up the OP. Rockets coming across these tanks. Here comes Excel, peeking the corner. Also trying to get some rockets into the tank. I know he wants to shoot that medium, though. Another rocket coming across. Not quite able to catch hold of that medium. More infantry pushing up for Esprit. Trying to keep their tanks alive. Freezing Taz running up as an engineer. Looking to repair his buddies. Gets taken down before he can make it. The medium just straight up turns around and hightails it out of there. I do see some cap pressure going on at Mont Halais again. Let's head up here. That Panther getting stuck in that trench. Does look like he managed to back up out onto the flat ground, but he got cleaned up. Without that Panther, it's up to this Tiger to hold down this point. Esprit pushing across the circle now. They've managed to push all the way across the circle. They've got a heavy pushing up from behind. Okay, I was like, what is this Tiger looking for? There's a Greyhound back here cleaning up garrisons. That Greyhound cleaned up the garrison that was back here. Does get caught by the Tiger, but the Baddies of the North losing their defensive garrisons. There goes the other garrison, just got taken out by the 76. Baddies of the North no longer has any defensive garrisons in the zone. They should be able to get something up pretty fast. I see Rob 491 right there with some supplies, I would think, for Lord Barst. Rob, drop your supplies, bro. You're gonna need it right now. You guys have no garrison. There it is. He did. He dropped the supplies. Lord Barst managed to get the garrison back up. Baddies of the North need to get as many reinforcements back here. They need a full callback. Esprit still in the zone. They've got full control of the circle. Rob 491 by himself in the circle. Gets cleaned up. Rando pushing up now. More spawn-ins coming in on that OP. Rando catching a guy in the face with a rocket. Just holding on to that trench by himself there. Reinforcements now pushing up to support him. Rando doing the work out front. I was waiting for somebody to take him out. He is just holding on to these trenches. Here comes Campo, comes around the corner and finally gets him. Stalls up the cap pressure in the process as we're about half capped there. The tank still hanging back for Esprit. Not committing. The tank for Baddies of the North has pushed up to the edge of the circle. Starting to get his cap pressure going on from the tank. Not sure if that 76 can see him through that hole, though. Right there. I think he might be able to see him if he pulls up. Bombardiro should be able to get a rocket on him, though, from that angle. See another tank coming around this way as well. Major Payne blows himself up with a rocket. I saw that, Major Payne. That medium wasn't looking at you. Morgana cleans up the OP, I think. Just got an OP right there. The Luke's shooting across. I can see the Luke's just lighting up the circle. Where is the Luke's? He is up here by the track somewhere. Yeah, back there behind the bridge. Just ganging, just hanging out up there. Shark gets cleaned up by the medium's driver. Still, the cap is flickering. Cap is flickering. 17 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Baddies of the North managed to get that call back. Got the garrison back up in time, and they managed to get the reinforcements back in, and they are holding on to Mont Halais. Let's take a look at the map, see if they were able to slip any guys in. They did manage to get a garrison up here in the north. You can see Woman Repellent is headed up there to investigate what's going on. I don't know if they lit something up while they were doing it, but they have a pretty big spawn-in going on up there. Woman Repellent gets cleaned up immediately. They're going to know they're infiltrated, but they're not going to know by what. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squad leaders. They're all squad leaders. Every single one of them. They're looking to get all kinds of OPs up here on the north side. They're losing Mont Halais while they're doing this. And there is an airhead also coming down on town center. Like, they are all in on this attack. Honestly, this is not a terrible play. So they got the airhead coming in over here, and Esprit's going to push towards that to try and clean that up. These guys are right on top of this garrison, too. Garrison's gone. This is, if they can hold on to Mont Halais is the trick. That's the thing, though. They're losing Mont Halais. It's a great-looking attack, but their tanks are driving off. Like, what's the play here, fellas? I wonder if they're maybe doing it on purpose. Like, you hold your tanks back and let them get this cap going, thinking they got it, and then you throw it on the reinforced and push into the circle. There it is. There's the reinforced. They're pulling it back, yeah. And they've got the cap pressure going on at town center now. Now, if they can get that cap at town center to start beating this, start winning this cap race, Luke's driving into the circle, catching some rockets from terrorists. The medium pushing around. It's spotted by Bot Yuri. They're going to know it's doing it. There goes the medium, or the Lukes, I mean. Terrorist gets the Lukes with his rocket. Sends another rocket out, but they are holding on to this. Esprit still winning the cap race, though. So they need to stall this up some more. Let's take a look at the map. They do have a lot of guys over in town center. They're in a good position. I don't even see any real garrisons. They've gotten the garrisons cleaned up. They're in a good position to attack town center if they can hold on to Mont Halais long enough. And they've actually reached the point now where they are starting to win the cap race. 14 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock. And Baddies of the North has town center almost half capped. There's a bunch of spawn-ins back in here from Esprit. They're trying to start to call their guys back. They realize that they're in a little bit of trouble here. Baddies of the North with a number of guys in the circle. Let's see if they got any tanks that they can push out. And they could really use like a Puma or something, just straight up in. Get that cap pressure going on. They would really benefit from that. But either way, they've got some good cap pressure going on. They got a lot of guys pushed up into the zone. Esprit has a bunch of guys in the circle, but these guys are right on top of each other here. Both sides taking casualties here as they're trying to push up into the circle. A lot of Baddies of the North guys coming down from the church. Supplies coming down here in town center. They were anticipating this capture. Baddies of the North are pulling it back. They don't even have the reinforced down, actually. They managed to get the garrison back up. They've got some spawners coming back in. There's a lot of Baddies of the North guys in. They're right in the circle. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, both teams have a lot of guys here. I think it's going to come down to tanks in the end because, whichever one of these guys can get a tank down there, I think it's going to make the bigger difference. And you can see they're both kind of rushing tanks this way. This P4 is pushing that way. The 76 also headed that way. He has his gun looking the other direction, so I don't think he's going to spot this P4 as he goes right across his nose. There he goes. P4 spotted. He's going to have to turn his turret to the front. Can the P4 get around the corner before the 76 comes around? And boom, he got him once, spun him around. He's doomed. Doomed. Oh, he took another round, managed to survive. He's still alive, lost his crewman. Biffs his next round. 76 taking his time now. He's got all the time in the world, and the P4 goes down as Revid tries to steal his kill. Revid wanted that combat score. There is a lot of baddies of the North guys coming down from the church, though. There is some cap pressure going on at Mahalei again. Most of the fight is here at Town Center. Starting to cap again here at Town Center. You see the 76 actually, he was starting to move the other way. I think he's turning around now, realizing there is some cap pressure still going on here at Town Center. I don't think Baddies of the North has much left up their sleeve, though. So they are capping right now. But if they get stalled up too much more, I don't think they might have like a strafing run or something. I don't think they really have too much. They used their bombing run. Or did they? No, they used the airhead. I don't think they used their bombing run. Esprit is still pulling this back, and they are capping Mahalei. There's really nothing here at Mahalei. There is a tank. And Esprit is now starting to win the cap race at Mahalei. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Badges of the North want to all in on this attack, though, because now that we're down here the last 10 minutes, they're running out of time to get this capture. Esprit now almost half capped here at Mahalei with only a handful of infantry. Baddies of the North takes some casualties. 1,200 over there trying to catch these guys as they're running in. Can you see them? I mean, they're like right there. Just can't quite see them, huh? It's like every time I go to the first person view, nobody shoots. Every time. Those look like Baddies of the North is going to be able to stall this up with the use of that tank. They also have another tank just sitting there with nobody in it. There is a couple of squads over here on the backside. So this is that spot I was talking about. If they can hold this territory and get the cap at Mahalei, they might be able to just jump right in. Get the 5-0. Let's head back over to Town Center. It definitely seems like Esprit is cleaning this up pretty good. You can see Baddies of the North have been boxed into the area around Town Center. They're getting hit from all sides now. They've lost most of their spawns. They still got that garrison up there. But they've only got 2 OPs here now. They're three OPs. So they've still got some pressure up here, but they're going to have a hard time getting into the circle now. Esprit spawning in on their flanks. Pushing in. Excel holding this corner. Did not. What was he doing? Was he satcheling the wall or something? He had the weapon glitch too, so when I went first person, it didn't show the weapon. Esprit pushing in, starting to take control of the church. Relentless coming around the corner. Chart waiting for him. Chart sees the movement. Gets him in the face, but not before the OP is burned. Now trying to exchange with Claro. Gets Claro. Chart doing some work. Chart doing some work. Oh, man. Oh, but then gets cleaned up by So Lucky. All right, what do we got? We just got a couple of guys pushing over here. Sheza comes around the corner and gets the resto. Should be able to clean up these OPs. Oh, another spawning on the OP. Sheza runs right past it. Here's the footsteps. Sheza watching. Gets cleaned up from Manza Joe, who gets cleaned up by So Lucky. But that squad's still active, still in the zone. Papa Bear Baker holding on to the house. This 76 keeping the point completely locked down. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. Let's shoot back over to Mahalei, see what's going on over here. It does look like Esprit has a pretty good envelopment going on over here. Now, they still got this tank anchoring down the point. Could give them good cap pressure. They've got this empty one here, too, doing nothing. That could probably use a crew right about now, even just a 1 or 2 guys. They are cleaning it up. Okay, they're holding on to the point, but they're taking some casualties there. Crew members for the tanks going down. Spree slipping some guys down from the east. You can see they've got this squad slipping in from over here. He won't be as in position if he wants to go for La Mason afterwards, but Spree with some good positions. Baddies of the North still holding. There we go. They did. They finally jumped in that other tank. They've got both their tanks. Looks like they're backing off the heavy. I don't know if he's going for rearm. I don't think they have any arming stations, ammo stations in the area, so. And there's still a handful of Baddie of the North guys here hanging on to this, so not too much pressure from Esprit. I don't blame him. I mean, there's 6 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, so you wouldn't really want to all in on a 4th point capture with that little amount of time on the clock unless you were 100% sure of the capture. Especially not since Baddie of the North did just have some good pressure going on. They even still got this garrison up. Sung about to walk right past it. You could just see you could see he heard it. He instantly stopped and just boop. So yeah, that garrison should go down. It's looking like this is about to spread out. I don't think that Baddies of the North is really going to have another chance to capture town center. I don't think they have an airhead. They might have an airhead up here in the next few minutes because it's a 10-minute timer on the airhead, right? And they dropped it at like 15 minutes. So Baddies of the North might have one last Hail Mary attempt to try and capture town center. And they are being pushed out of Mount Halais. So I don't know if they're going to get it. IKEA right below us gets taken out by Anger. Anger coming around the corner, gets VNT. Cleans it all up. He's on the garrison. And the garrison goes down. Here comes the medium pushing up. The garrison is gone, though. There's a big spawn wave right there. Bunch of squad leaders. It looks like Baddies of the North is well aware of how much danger they're in right now. That's going to take away any pressure they had going on for town center, though. They do have some guys slipping up down here from the south. They're starting to push some tanks up. Looks like they might want to push their tanks in. A lot of cap pressure going on here at Mount Halais. There's also about to be a tank battle breaking out over here, I think. You can see the two mediums for Baddies of the North now pulling out of the alleyway. Trying to duel it out with the 76 over here, but man, they're almost half capped on Mount Halais. Just gonna drive right into his face. Now, look, it's the trick. It's a trick. He's gonna pull out and go after the medium. He's gonna get shot with the other medium. There's one. He does get the rear hit. Oh, something just hit him from there, too. I think somebody just rocketed him at the same time. The 76 goes down. Precision strike. Not sure what it was going for. Massive spawn wave for Baddies of the North. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. There's a tank in the circle. There's still at least a good squad here. Handful more guys in the zone. They're already taking casualties. The tank blasts them away. You can see the tank in the trench, but it's not going to be enough. Airhead coming down. I don't even know whose it is. There is the capture. Mount Halais goes to Baddies of the North, and it's under 4 minutes. No longer enough time left for Baddies of the North to get the middle point. Or, yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have enough time left to take back the middle point. So this will be an Esprit victory. The question is, can Baddies of the North hang on till the end? For the next 2 minutes and 58 seconds, this fight is going to be right here. So let's go ahead and watch as Esprit tries to force their way down this hill. You see the tanks already lining up some shots. Massive spawn wave right there from Esprit right on the front door of La Mason. And they're already pushing in. They've got 36 seconds left to get this cap going. Arresto shooting across the field. Doesn't realize that there's already guys right there. Tanks shooting across. I don't see any cap pressure yet. 22 seconds left to get this cap going. U.S. Ranger leading the charge. Gets taken down. I do think Baddies of the North should be able to hold on to this. Esprit with a lot of guys around the front door. 3, 2, 1. Bam! There it is. Esprit takes the victory here in seasonal 2026. I'm not sure which week we're in. We'll just go ahead and hang out here and watch this fight now. We got a couple of minutes left here just to hang out and watch this fight go down as Esprit tries to force their way across this field. Comes a bombing run. Who's it for? Oh, it's for you. Happy birthday. That was a nice bombing run. I bet that felt good. Sweet revenge. Soldad in Korea. Getting themselves some kills there. This guy's catching some machine gun fire now. And there you have it. Well played, everybody. That was a very good match. I had said it before to Oathbert. I said that I think if there's going to be a team that takes Esprit the distance, it's going to be Baddies. They're a good team, and they did indeed take Esprit the distance. So, well played by both teams. Baddies of the North, man, you're tanks. I saw you guys make some good plays. And, of course, you always see some goofy stuff because nobody sees what you see in bird's eye view. Let's take a look at some combat scores. 16-16 from Rando. 13-12 Gas. Claro. Trots. Let's take a look over here at the Baddies. 11:59 from Anger. Got some tankers doing really good, of course. Yeah, well played from both teams. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, I mean, I pretty much made out of my commentary. I mean, this is a top tier match, you know. So you're gonna see you'll see a few goofy things here and there, but we definitely saw some good angle holding, some good battle lines, and we saw some good tank battles. So well played from both sides. Thank you everybody who watched. That's my dad. Thank you everybody who watched. And thank you for the follows and anything else. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys later, man. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They want to let the world decay. They tell us lies.